Hey, yeah, I'm a pastor. And if I'm honest, here are three things I've been having to do, it seems lately, is apologize to my kids. So, anyway, hey, I want to welcome you all back to Corey Every Day. If you're new here, glad you stumbled across the corner of the internet. You see, a lot of people assume that if you work in ministry, if you literally put your foot to the ground in ministry, your house operates in this magical, holy lit bubble. Like we sit around the breakfast table singing the three-part harmonies and debating theological questions over pancakes. But let me blow that up really quick. Let me do that to you. It doesn't. Parenting is hard. Parenting in the public eye is weird. And honestly, lately, God has been doing a big work in my heart about how I parent, specifically learning to lead with radical humility instead of really trying to look like I've got it all together. So today, no sermons, no polish. I mean, it's just three honest confessions and apologies I've had to make to my kids. The three apologies that I've had to do, and it's tough sometimes, but it's the idea that many people know this already. It's not a myth, it's not a standard, but it's not a situational thing. But we all look at it that the fishbowl standard right here. I mean, think about it. In ministry, we hear that all the time. You know, expecting them to behave better in public just because of my job, right? The fishbowl mentality. But in reality, we've gone out in public and I've had my kids, lose it on me. And I've had meltdowns and screaming and kicking and flailing. It's just standard kid stuff. They're tired, they're hungry, overwhelmed. But instead of feeling compassion, I think my brain flips a switch and immediately everyone's watching us. Like, kids, everybody's watching us. What are they going to think of the pastor's kids? And I catch myself too often saying, you can't act like this here. But if I'm honest, I wasn't protecting, and I don't protect them as much as I should in that reality. I was protecting my image as a pastor and a leader. I've had to sit at the bedside. I've had to sit at the dinner table. I've had to even be in the car ride home and say, hey, I'm sorry. You are allowed to have hard days. Just because I'm a pastor and I'm in ministry is not your burden to carry. I care more, I should say, about your heart than what a stranger in the grocery store thinks. That's what I have had to say to them. And it's hard. And I think what we have to do as parents, we have to ask ourselves a question, especially if we're in ministry. But in general, this is still a parent question we can ask is, am I correcting my kids because they need guidance? Am I really, is that what I've been doing? Or because I'm embarrassed? I've learned I have to separate my or your reputation from your children's humanity is freeing for both of us and both of you in that situation. And then I realized in ministry, but this can still truly be in any job, vocational. Let's just be honest here, though. We're present in the body, but absent in mind. What I'm saying is being physically home, but mentally distracted by church issues or job issues. For me, obviously, it's church and ministry. I mean, these ones tend to hurt the most in ministry, right? And honestly, just modern work culture is noisy. I mean, I've had emails come in, I've had calls come at 6 o'clock. A crisis happens within our church or within our community, or you're just carrying that emotional weight of someone else's storm. And I realize what's happened too in those moments is the dinner table, around together. If it's even sitting on the couch, my kids are telling me stories. And honestly, there's times I just nod. I'm nodding, saying, whoa, that cool, great story. I like that. Thanks for sharing it. While completely staring through them. mentally replaying a meeting or a reading or an email on my phone. I don't know about you, but my kids have done it to me. They've stopped mid-sentence and said, Dad, you're not even listening, are you? And to be honest, those moments that I get are those ouch, total gut punchers. So then here comes me. I then do the same thing. I put that phone down. I flip it over. I leave it in another room. And I come back and say, you're right. Yeah, kids, you're right. I was somewhere else, and that wasn't fair to you. You are more important than my inbox. And then I simply have to ask them, can we start over? Please tell me your story again. And sometimes my kids don't want to tell me. Sometimes they are so upset and mad that they just won't even share it with me. So I have to understand that and swallow my pride. But here's the thing. Presence isn't just about occupying space in the same living room, same kitchen table, the same place. It's about eye contact. It's me looking right there. It's about letting the world wait so your kids knows they have your focus. It's, hey, world around me can spin and go fast. Hey, my moment is my kids. My moment is this time, not far off space, but right here present with them. And then I've learned this one a lot. The preacher voice versus the parent heart. See, when I think about using a preachy voice when I should have just given them a hug, I know I do that a lot. I'm like, so in reality, when I'm talking, we're talking for a living. You default mode is when a problem arises is to lecture. Yeah, I do that all the time. We turn everything into a teachable moment. A cup spills. Well, let's talk about stewardship and grace under pressure. No, it's just a spilled milk. I mean, I've caught myself give probably a full 10-minute sermon after a bad grade or a conflict. I probably was giving my kids a 3-point sermon with a closing prayer when truly all the kids needed was a safe place to cry or vent. And I've had to come back. Yeah, the apology. I'm sorry I turned your pain into a sermon. I didn't need it to fix this or preach at you right now. I just want to hold you. See, again, grace rarely feels like a lecture, but most of the time, grace looks like an open-armed and quiet, I'm right here with you. And then I think of the reflections and think of grace for parents, right? I want to think this a lot. See, look, the reason I wanted to share this today isn't to help guilt on myself, or heap it on me, or what it may look like. It's actually the exact opposite. Somewhere along the lines, we bought into that lie that good parenting means never messing up. But our kids don't need a perfect parent or parents. They need parents who know how to apologize. See, when you model repentance to your kids, when you say, I was wrong, will you forgive me? You aren't losing authority. I truly believe you're teaching them what the gospel actually looks like in real life, in real times. You're showing them love isn't about perfection. It's about connection and grace. So here, I'm going to sign off with this. If you're a parent feeling the weight of a perfectionism today, take a deep breath. I needed to. You're doing better than you think you are. Give yourself some grace. And maybe go give your kid a hug. No sermon attached. Thanks for hanging out today. If this hit home, feel free to pass it along to another person, parent, friend who might need a little grace today. I'd love to hear the comments. What's something you've had to apologize to your kids for recently? Let's make this comments a shame-free zone. See you next week or next time. And hey, if you've enjoyed this, like this, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And hey, remember, 3 apologies I owe my kids, maybe 3 apologies you owe your kids too.